Morning to all my scrappers, junkers, and haulers of all kinds. Gold Champ here. Just doing a little shop work today. Thought I'd check in with the peoples of YouTube and just sort of chat, rap a little bit. Rapping and scrapping. It's been almost 2 weeks now since we brought Jeff on. And it's working out great so far. He's doing a good job getting the pickups done and taking care of the truck too. He's got experience in those bigger trucks, and that was part of what I wanted him for. And right away he noticed that the tires were starting to deteriorate, even though we just got the truck. I kind of saw what he was talking about myself, and so I said, take care of it. And he shopped around, found a couple quotes on tires that were pretty freaking high, and he kept shopping around, found someone for almost half the price. So right there is an example of what I'm talking about when I say he's doing a great job. So very happy with Jeff so far. Very happy to have the help out there making those runs so I can actually get this shop scrapped out and caught up. As you can see, there's no shortage of stuff to do. And he was right on time too. And not only for the business, but for me personally. The business, what is it? We're coming up, we're entering the last week of April now. And here in Missouri, it's actually still pretty comfortable out. The temperature hasn't gone up yet. You never know around here. It can be hot early. It can be snowing in May. You never really know. But we do pretty much always know by the end of May, it's going to be getting hot. Air conditioners are getting turned on, which means this business is getting turned on, kicked into super high gear. Once it gets warm and the air conditioners start getting turned on, it is completely insane around here. So he's right on time for that. He's already in the groove, knows what he's doing, and I don't have to babysit at all. Not even a little bit, which is fantastic. Answering questions, that's fine. Normal stuff. I don't expect him to know everything. I don't even know everything. But day in, day out stuff, he's all over it. He doesn't need constant direction from me. So fantastic. And like I said, right on time. For me, personally, it's right on time. Right on time because anytime now, my wife's going to be going into labor. We will be having baby number 5. I am very soon to be a father of 5, which is crazy. When I was younger, I didn't even think I would have kids. Was not in the plans. Wasn't against it exactly, but just wasn't really about it. I was pretty sure I was going to be a rock star or something like that. Turns out I'm not. Also not a professional soccer player, which I thought I was going to be when I was 8 years old. And I am very glad, now that I'm a bit wiser and older, I don't want any of that shit. And I love being a father. Absolutely love it. Would not trade it for anything. And about to start that process all over again. We are getting surprised this time. This will be the first time we didn't find out what the baby's going to be. Don't know if it's a boy or a girl. We're going to find out real soon. And obviously there's everything that goes along with that. Helping my wife, being here to back her up, help with her recovery, all that. And of course, me getting to spend some time with the new baby and the rest of the family. So once again, Jeff is right on time so that we can keep this business moving. And I can still come and put a few hours in every day in the shop, just a couple, to keep things under control without having to spend all my time working. I can still take plenty of time off, plenty of family time. I'm pretty psyched about that. And I'm also going to have plenty of time to think. Keep the wheels in motion up here and figure out what's the next step. What comes next in this business? There's a lot of next steps, but which one should be first priority? Wrong box. Obviously, we've got junk hauling rolling, and that's kind of the next step, but already a step we've halfway taken. I'm going to really start advertising and pushing for that after the baby's here and the family's settled in and I'm back to work full time. But like I said, we've already started advertising a little bit. That step has already kind of been taken. So the question is, after that, once I get going full steam ahead again, do we push harder for more scrap? Do we put a focus on more junk? Or do I start putting a focus on Freon recovery? Because I've already got some leads on that. Already got some people that when I told them what I was doing, expressed a lot of interest in paying me or my company to come take care of their refrigerant. So, do I lean harder in that direction? And I don't know. I have a lot of time to think about it and a lot of thinking to do. What do you guys think? If you were in my position in this company, where would you be leaning? I have a feeling I know most of you are going to say scrap, more scrap, always more scrap. Some of you are junkies for this stuff out there, I swear. You wouldn't be wrong. That is the bread and butter for us. That's where it all started for us. And I have some leads on that as well. But the one thing that sets the scrap apart from the other avenues for this business is the real estate. Can I really expect to do more than what I'm already doing here with the limited amount of space that I have? Don't get me wrong, it's an awesome shop, it's a good sized lot, but I'm already to the point where I got to keep hustling or I run out of space. Which I know drives some of you crazy. Big Country Scrapper, That's Right Recycling. I see you guys out there, and I know you hate watching me throw those motors out home. But man, I am absolutely strapped for space. Got nowhere to store that stuff. And I'm still not sure I would want to even if I did. But I only bring that up because if I get more scrap clients, where the hell am I going to put that? So that brings me back around to the other branches of the business. Those would only require, one or two more parking spaces, which I could manage. I could find places to park another truck or another truck and trailer or a couple more trucks. It's not quite the same as scrapping. I could just maybe add a little bit more gravel to the side of one of my spots already. Find somewhere to park it. That I know I can do. The scrap, on the other hand, is more of a beast. And so that's what brings me back to thinking about more junk, which I still have to prove that I can even get more junk. But assuming we can figure out the marketing side of things, the bidding, and all that, is that the direction we go? Or do I keep slow rolling the junk, building that in more of a slow and steady kind of way, and instead focus on hiring someone with the experience and the certifications to do Freon recovery? Do we move in that direction? Because all that would require is one truck or a van, but I would think a truck to at least get it started. Obviously, if it goes well and starts blowing up on me, well, then we need two trucks. And again, I can find a spot to park a couple things. That'd be a great problem to have. If I needed multiple trucks because we were so busy with the Freon recovery and making that money. I don't know. It occurs to me that there's a pro and a con to that as far as hiring someone. The pro would be, well, besides the obvious that they could be helping me make money doing recovery, the pro is that if they work in the company, they can jump in their truck and they can go to a junk job. They can go to a scrap pickup. A truck's a truck. As long as it's the right truck that can pull a trailer, it can be outfitted for the Freon recovery and still pull the necessary junk rig behind it if it was necessary. The con is that someone with that kind of certification is going to cost more. For sure. I'll be paying them essentially what an HVAC company would pay them. And so the question then becomes, are they even going to want to do it? If someone who went to school, got that certification, and essentially set themselves up to be in the HVAC industry, really going to want to come and haul junk. For the right price, maybe, but I don't know. So it puts us right back in that spot of saying, I don't know what the next step is. Come on. I don't know. Because at the same time, someone in that position might like a change of pace. You know what I mean? They might enjoy having a job that's not the exact same every day. And if they're getting paid right, they might be willing to jump off of the Freon recovery and come help move some couches or something, do the junk. I don't know. It's a tough call. wouldn't be an issue. The right person for the right price with the right attitude goes without saying, but finding someone like that is not always easy. So then, do I lean in the junk direction? Do I just focus on the junk? Keep the refrigerant recovery as more of an in-house thing for the time being that we just do for our scrap customers as an incentive to bring more scrap in, which we're not prepared to do anyway, but regardless, we just keep that as part of the scrapping and not as actual advertised, open to the public service we provide. Or do I buy the truck because the truck can double? The truck can go from one to the other. The truck can go from junk to refrigerant and back again without any complaints. Do we get the truck when the time is right? Obviously not ready to do that just this second. Do we do that and then see what comes first? Do we do that and see if the refrigerant is just rolling and rolling hard? And if so, we put someone on that, and that can just be their only job. And if the junk starts picking up, we just get another truck and put someone on that. So maybe the answer is both. A truck for each and a guy for each. I know typically in junk, you have two guys on a truck. I am interested in doing that eventually, once it's really rolling and we can justify that expense. But I am thinking more along the lines of having two trucks going to the same job if it's big enough, and having one as a scrap rig and the other one as an actual junk rig, or really a resale and donation rig. That's box trailer, box truck kind of material is what I'm thinking for that. And then we have roll-offs for big jobs. So essentially, a big job, we have all three showing up at the same time. Instead of having to take the same rig to multiple places, wasting all that time on the road, a lot of back and forth, we have one there that as we find the scrap, we throw it in the scrap trailer. As we find good items that can be donated, we put them in the box, and everything else is trash, goes straight into the roll-off container, which I'd love to have my own eventually too, but that's definitely much further down the line. That's where I want the junk to go. The junk hauling, branch. I want it to go in that direction. But can we really grow it that big, that fast? I don't know. Remains to be seen. But I would love any feedback you guys have on how you would approach it. Which branch of the business is most appealing to you with all those factors I just listed in mind? Limited space, the fact that I can't afford to just buy as many trucks as I want. Limited space, limited resources, and potentially limits on finding personnel. Which is another issue that a lot of people have, I hear. It's gone well for us so far. Like I said, Jeff has been a great fit. I hope he continues to stay with us and keep on rocking. Hope we can keep him happy. Yeah. That's sort of where my mind is at right now. That and getting ready to deliver a baby. Got the business baby and the baby baby. Both growing and coming onto the scene around the same time. And I think that's about all I got. I'm going to keep tearing through this shop. Got to be done early today. Got a doctor's appointment to get that lady and baby looked at. And, yeah, so I'm actually going to be off early for once, which I don't know if I've ever done. At least not since I've been a scrapper. It's nice having help. So let me know in the comments what you think about this whole discussion I'm having with myself. Where would you go? What would you enjoy the most? Where do you see the most money? What would you do? And with that, I leave you. Gold Champ signing off. And remember, be relentless.